happy Friday. It is almost the end of the month, and although I'm sure all the little kiddos are excited to go trick-or-treating, I am just kind of sad that October is coming to a close. It has been a very busy October for me. We have got so much done in my studio, and it has been such a joy sharing this process with you. I do want to give you an update today of what I've done the last 3 days in the studio, because it's been a bit since I put up an update. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about my West Knit shawl. If you're new to my channel, I am doing the West Knit knit along. This whole Vlogtober, I've kind of vlogged my process and my thoughts and feelings through the whole thing. I keep knitting thinking it's going to get better, and it's not really getting better for me. Originally, I started out with doing the colorwork pinwheel because on day 1, which I talk about in this video, was approved. Because when the pattern first was released, people saw a swastika in this design and they were not happy about it. And I can understand, you know, some colors definitely sticks out more than others. And Stephen West put out alternates so that people can still work on the pattern and everyone will be okay. Day 2 or 3, he ex-nayed that whole first clue altogether, and he went in a whole new direction, pivoting, which again, totally understandable, complete business move, and I commend that greatly. I think it was like day 4 or 5, he completely ex-nayed anyone showing the original pattern in the group. And that caused a huge uproar. While I understand, because it would be almost impossible for the mods to just keep people from doing the original and not sharing the alternative, which was the color block version, I can understand his point on that as well. But it kind of put a damper, because I was moving along and I really enjoyed the modular knitting aspect of that color block pinwheel. And it was kind of sad knowing that I couldn't even share it with anyone, because people were actually hunting down people showing it on Instagram and asking them if they were Nazi. It was a little bit ridiculous. So ridiculous. So I ripped that out. And then I started with this. And this is just my own little, I don't even know what I was doing here. But I started out with my dark color, which was this Keiko. And this is from Miss Babs, and I was using my Chinese lantern around it, and I was going to do some kind of compass motif where the edges all came out and had little points on them. I wasn't really happy with it, and it might have blocked out fine, but I was not happy with it. I didn't want to do the clues that he came out with just because they were kind of boring compared to that first modular center, and I just kind of felt like Stephen West and his amazing designs was being kind of left out on it. I really love the crochet versions that I'd seen, and I'd showed them and talked about some of those in previous Vlogtober videos. I'll link the whole Vlogtober playlist down below. And so I just kind of came up with this. Now originally when I was doing this, I had started off this Chinese lantern with the stockinette side showing, but as you can see, the leaves that I had planned were not as prominent as I wanted them to. Then I ripped that out again, and I started doing reverse stockinette around my leaves, and I think once it blocks, it's really going to show up a little bit more and just be kind of this subtle leaf detail coming off. I don't even know where I'm going after this. I don't know. I like this. I like how it's coming out, but I don't know. My thought process was just to kind of mimic, I guess, a little bit of the different rows in that growing square that he created. I don't know how I feel about it at all. I thought about ripping it out. I like the ending clue 4. Clue 3, I'm on the fence about, but this is not what I envisioned my colorways to be used for. So just as a reminder, I got pumpkin from Miss Babs. I got Chinese lantern. This is Keiko. This is Ember Glow. And then this is Through Hike. I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel like I should have to push my way through a shawl. So I may just stop knitting this altogether and just cast on something new. I don't think it's going to faze me at all. And then come back to Stephen West later on in a different time, a different mindset, and then go from there. I think I just answered my own question. So now I want to talk about what I've done on the shed, because I've been super busy the last few days, and honestly that is why I haven't really knitted anything. By the time I go in and shower, I'm just exhausted, And I just played like a 2 rounds of Fortnite with a husband, and seriously, we got in bed the other day at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. we were in bed watching TV. Last night we got in bed by 6:30. And I don't even feel bad about it. Like, it's actually been quite glorious because I've just been that tired. I need to get you caught up of what I've done so we can talk about where I'm at. Lesson of the day. You can wet your drywall and you can bend it so that it makes a nice curve for your archways. Pretty interesting little tip. Got all the big pieces of drywall out of here. That just has to go out tomorrow. I realize that I need 2 more pieces of my bead trim board stuff, but I only bought some for the outside and I need some for the other side, but I can run to Lowe's and get that. It's gonna be nice. Hello and welcome to my Wednesday of all the drywall. The only thing left I have to do is around my doorway, and then those cross pieces are right there, and then going down there, and that back wall on the top along the roof and the wall, and then the 2 corners in the closet on that side. And then the first coat is on all the drywall. So as you can see, I did all the ceiling work, so it really looks like a flock of birds flew over me and pooped. There's even some back there. There's actually some drywall that went down the back of my shirt, so that's been fun. But yeah, it's been a good day. I'm gonna go shower, and then I'm gonna knit a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So yeah, that's a lot of work done out there. Today, my parents are coming back over. They actually came over Wednesday, and they helped me start the puttying process. My parents are super great. I am very grateful that they live down the road from me. And this is not the first time that my parents have assisted me in building me a she shed. When I was about 7, I found this picture, but this is them building me a playhouse with my half brother. And I still remember that thing. It was so much fun, but I thought that was kind of interesting and funny that they're helping me again so many years down the road. Yesterday, I came out here after my dentist appointment because I couldn't talk. My mouth was so sore. I just came out here and worked. And I finished the muddy in that closet. I did the rest of the ceiling. I did the corners in that back closet. Did the first layer around my door. And then I started sanding. I had on a mask. I didn't have on a good N95. I just had like a normal cotton mask. And you could see all drywall dust around my nose. So today when I go out there and sand, I'm definitely gonna be wearing the N95 mask because I had to stop. I was like, I couldn't, it felt like it was everywhere. Today my parents are coming back over and they're bringing their sander as well. And then we're going to go ahead and put the second coat of drywall mud in places. And then I'm gonna let it dry, and I'll probably come back out here Saturday, do a little bit more brief sanding, and just see if there needs to be a 3rd coat anywhere. Today, my goal is to really complete that walkthrough. I have to put up that plastic bead trim around the edges and then build drywall up on that. I did order me a paint sprayer from Amazon. They had a lightning deal. There was one I've been watching like $50 and it went 50% off the other day. So I grabbed that, and that should be here Saturday or Sunday. And then once I get that, I have to kills everything. I'm gonna kills the ceiling, the walls. I may even go ahead and kills the floor and put like a little protective mold layer down there as well. And it'll also kind of help fill in any cracks. But before I do that to the floor, I need to go through and seal any cracks with silicone. So that is the processes that I wanna get done this weekend. I wanna finish all the drywall, putty, sanding, get everything vacuumed up, and possibly go ahead and start sealing the floor cracks with silicone and getting ready to maybe paint next week. That is my goal. Will that happen? I don't know.